It is day 2 of our Learn 300 Kanji in 30 days. And yesterday we finished off learning... We basically finished lesson 10, which means we learned about, I'd say 12 kanji. So that's a bit more than I think I should have actually done, because the last lesson I kind of was so out of it that I didn't really absorb much. But let's learn a new 10 kanji first, and then we can do any reviews afterwards. But basically the ones we did off camera were tatakao, which is this kanji right here. Let's see if I can just show the exact one. Let's see, this one. So this kanji right here is the one that we learned yesterday off camera, and then as well as, let's see if I can even remember how it's said. I know the meaning of this one. It was like nakunaru, which means like to die. And then this one is isogashi. And then this one is gender, like I think sei. So josei, dansei. And then this one, yeah, this one is the one I struggled with. And this one as well. So I think these two I kind of did not absorb very well at all. So I will definitely get these two again. But for now, let's keep going. I also realized there's about 300 something lessons here, 345. So if we're to get through all of JLPT N3, then we're going to have to do more than 10 lessons per day, basically about 12-ish to complete everything. So that's tough. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I think my main focus is going to be actually just getting through 300 kanji. That's the challenge, the name of the game. So I'm going to focus on that. Also, I realized whenever I talk, I can probably switch to camera view instead, since it's a little bit better. But this time around, I actually have my phone with me. And well, I had my phone before, but I have it connected so that you can just see me on my phone versus me dragging around the cursor to draw the kanji, which is very inefficient. So I managed to figure out a good solution for this, and let's do this. Day 2. So again, I'm just going to go through everything in the method that I would want to, but this time around, I'm also going to try to look some stuff up at the same time so that I know how it's said properly. So when I'm doing the reading, we can... Yeah, well, figures they wouldn't have the exact one. So if I guess I can't find it, I just keep moving on. So, mukanshin, apathetic and indifferent. Kanjiru, to feel, to sense. This one's a very, very widely used word. Kanji. And then apathetic, indifferent. Mukanshin. Mu means the negative form of. And then kan is the one that we didn't quite remember fully. And then shin is the feeling part. What does kan mean? This is exactly why when your foundation sucks, things begin to get harder and harder. Even not knowing the middle kanji makes things significantly harder. So I'm gonna do some quick looking up. Related just means related. Is it kanke, in anime when people always say kanke night? I think so, huh? Right here, connection. Okay. And then we have kanjiru right here. Let's go through the stroke order. I hope everything is... Yeah, you can see everything, and there's only an ever so slight lag, so it's not too bad. Mukanshin. Okay. Apathetic. Okay, this makes sense to me. I think now knowing the middle kanji and the definition of it, it makes sense that it means apathetic. So we have kanjiru. To feel, to sense. Apathetic, indifferent. Mukanshin. Again, I don't know if I'm saying it fully correctly. Oh, wrong one. But it's good enough for now to at least remember like how it's said in a way without the intonations and stuff. I really would have liked to at least hear it though, but it's fine. To feel, to sense. Kanjiru. I was not paying attention earlier to stroke order. Okay, let me try to get this a little bit better. Okay, so we do have the heart kanji on the bottom, but this one does something interesting. It does. The right side sort of looks like dai from Jidai. And then we have the line with onaji on top. That looks like onaji, I guess, with kuchi. We really have to like look very deeply. Okay. Apathetic, indifferent, mukanshin. Kanshin. Kanjiru. I'm actually kind of looking forward to being able to do this one without seeing it. Kanjiru. Kando. Being moved emotionally. Okay. I don't think I've heard that one before. Kanshin, without mu in front of it, means admiration and being impressed. Actually, wait, this is different. This is not the same kan. So my bad. I shouldn't relate the two. Admiration, being impressed. Kando, being moved emotionally. Kando. Do is like from undo, so like represents movement. Kanshin. Kanshin. Man, it's kind of confusing that they would put both of them like in the same lesson like that. But I guess it's also a good way to like differentiate the two, is to showcase them together. Kando. Kando, to feel moved. Kanshin, to admire. Or admiration. It's a noun. Kanshin. Being moved emotionally. Kando. Admiration, being impressed. Kanshin. Kando. To be moved. Kanjiru, to feel, to sense. Mukanshin, apathy. Kanshin, admiration. Kanjiru. Alright, moment of truth, let's see. Nice. Oh, what? This happens sometimes, where you literally do it correctly, and it still thinks you're wrong. I guess I didn't curve the second to last stroke very well, so maybe that's why. Admiration, being impressed. Kanshin. I think that was a reflex. I like spaced out for a second. Okay. Apathetic and indifferent. Mukanshin. Okay, mu. Not that kan, but this one. The connection kan from kanke. Kan. Mukanshin. Being moved emotionally. Kando. Nice. That was one lesson, and I already feel tired. So we have to leave by 2:40 because we need to get ready for a wedding in like 10 minutes time. I don't even know what I'm wearing, but it's fine. And then probably once we get there, it's like a family friend's wedding, so I don't think I'm gonna know very many people, so I'll probably just do more studying. But I wanna show up and show support for the wedding. Also, I realized I have nothing to show if the stream is working correctly. I don't have time to worry about that, so I'm recording it just in case. Sadamaru. Okay, this one's completely new. Okay, and there's a lid over it, and it almost looks like a cut off ashi kanji. Okay, sadamaru, to become settled. Tenin, max, tein, max capacity. Tein, to become settled. Max capacity. This one's confusing. Why does it mean max capacity? Like, in usually represents like a person or a worker. Okay, sadamaru. Tein. Sadamaru, to become settled. Tein, max capacity. I need to learn how not to complain about, how, they decided to define these things. The people from the past, the language geniuses. It's really like their definition, but sometimes I want to understand. Sometimes it flows so perfectly and well. Sometimes it's like confusing. To become settled. Sadamaru. Let's actually see if we can find this one, so we can get like a decent pronunciation. Aye. Determine. Let's see if we can find tein. I don't see sadamaru. Gentei. Huh. It's part of yote, which is what I know. So that's good. I can at least reference that. Oh shoot. Why did I accidentally get into the... Let me just switch back. It's because I set it to back tap. Man, it triggers randomly. I have to be careful with that. Okay. Max capacity. Tein. Itte. Fixed constant. I really wish I could. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I shouldn't expect them to have all of it. That'd be too good to be true. But teishoku. I can try Google Translate next time. Google Translate usually has good pronunciations. Teishoku. Pre-decided meal set. Teishoku. I know this one. I've heard this word before while ordering with my friends who are native Japanese. Fixed constant. Itte. Teishoku. 定食一定 pre-decided meal set 定食 Also, right now I'm kind of going faster. Usually I would try to like see the kanji in my head and all that stuff, but I don't have time today. Tein max capacity, teishoku meal set, sadamaru. It's what was the meaning of sadamaru by itself? I forgot. To become settled. There you go. Pre-decided meal set. Teishoku. To become settled, sadamaru. Alright, here we go. This one's actually, I feel pretty easy. Okay. Max capacity, tein. Ittei. Fixed constant. Sadamaru. To become settled. To become settled. Fixed constant. Ittei. Oh man, we did 2 lessons and I feel tired already. Just keep going until I think I'll give myself a bit more time to get ready. So 2:35. Teikyubi. Either way, I'll make sure I'll do at least 10 more kanji, and I'm gonna do some review as well. Teikyubi. But so far, learning 10 from yesterday wasn't too difficult. I think when I added more than that, that was like, it became too much. Teikyubi. But I feel like also doing it at this stage where if you have like a decent foundation of JLBT N5 and N4, it does feel slightly easier because now you have the ability to pattern recognize like things inside of the kanji. So it's like it doesn't seem fully new. It's like parts of kanji you already know and have worked on. Fuante, unstable, insecure. Fuante. Teikyubi, fixed holiday. What does that even mean? Let's see. Fixed holiday. Are there like non-fixed holidays? I guess so, right? Okay, Teikyubi. I didn't pay attention. Okay, I think it was that one. Holiday, Kyubi. Okay. Sort of like Kyuke. Unstable, insecure. Fuante. Fuan. I think fuan means like anxious, right? Fuante. I kind of want to know. Let's see. Fuan. Uneasiness. Okay. I've definitely heard my friend use it before. Okay. Teikyubi. Okay, fixed holiday. Fuan was te. Fuante. Unstable, insecure. Teikyubi. Teikyubi. Unstable, insecure. Fuante. Okay. How to match or to be correct. So a different one from to meet. Okay. Awaseru, to combine, to unite. So much faster on my phone, like this. Okay, to combine and to unite. Awaseru. Where is it? Okay. Oh, to match. Awaseru. To combine, to unite. To match, to be correct. Huh. Okay. To combine, to unite. Awaseru. Teikyubi. Okay, fixed holiday. Fuante. I think it helps to like also read each kanji with like the part itself out. To match, to be correct. Fuan, no, fixed holiday. Teikyubi. So it's basically like one at a time. Te, Q, B. And to know that each one is represented by each kanji. To match, to be correct. Ao. I mean, I feel like that's obvious and natural. Awaseru. To combine, to unite. Unstable, insecure. Fuante. Fuan. To combine, to unite. Awaseru. Okay, it's about time, and we were only capable of doing 3 lessons. I'm not sure how long that was, but it's gonna have to be it for today. Yeah, just a smaller stream, but you know, we're trying to get into this and be consistent. That's the most important thing, is just showing up and trying. And the challenge itself, I feel like when I start these things, I start to like really get into it, and that's the whole point of structuring it this way and streaming it. It's not necessarily to get like views or interactions. It's more so just a way for me to be like, yeah, I gotta show up, I gotta be accountable for myself doing this challenge, and I want to see it through, and I want to like show the journey as well. And because oftentimes I feel like you just see someone talk about how they studied and stuff, and they're like, oh, now they know all the kanji and all that stuff. And it's like kind of mysterious to how they got there in the first place. And if I can somehow get a lot of the 300 kanji in these 30 days by just doing this and showcasing exactly how I practiced, then I think it's a good sort of experiment, a good sort of case study, I'd say. So let's see how things go, because again, I'm on day 2, so I don't know how effective this is going to be in general, but I think the study method I'm doing is effective. Like me doing everything, saying out loud, like all these little nuanced practice method that isn't like to breeze through everything, although I kind of feel like I did, but just being curious and matching things to like things I've heard before and making connections in my head. I feel like that's very important in the learning process, and we're still doing it even if we're going fast. But I think it's the amounts that's going to be the tricky part. Like 10 kanji per day is kind of like, yeah, but let's see how things go like once we get deeper into this challenge. For now, I feel like it's manageable, but it's just day 2, so we'll see. Okay, that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, and keep studying. Good luck with your studies, basically. Okay, bye.